Hello and welcome to Clash of Champions Afterburner. I am one of your hosts, Alex, crazy NZ Wrestling Figs on Instagram. What is this cord doing? It's attacking me. And Matt's fucking around with his camera because he still looks like he's been drinking last night.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Too many bourbons.
Too many bourbons. The joys of not having to work at the moment, eh?
I'm joking. I didn't have any bourbons last night. Chill. I'm trying to find work. It's not easy over COVID.
Fair enough. So, Clash of Champions.
The Gold Rush. Don't forget that.
The Gold Rush. Did you see R-Truth on the pre-show?
He's comedy gold, man.
Yes. So, all good fun and games. Right, where am I looking? But yeah, I found the card. Got to remember.
You found the card.
Yes. All right.
How's it, Mitch?
You didn't watch the pre-show, did you?
I caught the kind of last, I want to say, 3 minutes of the Shinsuke Cesaro versus Lucha Brothers. No, not Lucha Brothers. Jesus, Lucha House Party. A-Dub on the brain. But yeah, it looked all right. The match looked all right.
I'm not a fan of Cesaro and Shinsuke being a tag team, to be honest. Shinsuke's like the one guy in probably the whole of WWE that hasn't been given a decent singles run.
Yeah,
Shinsuke, I mean, should never have been when they brought him to WWE, he had that sick entrance where that guy would come out with the violin or the whatever it was, and then they changed it to like a heavy metal Asian band, and they just killed it completely.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, at first I was a bit like, why are these two together? These two are like really, really good singles wrestlers, but I guess it works. Like, what else would they be doing right now if we're being honest? Neither
I would have left Cesaro with Sheamus, to be honest, as the bar.
Yeah, I wish that was still a thing as well, but then Sheamus got injured, and nobody knew if he was actually going to come back because that injury was pretty nasty. So I can see why they moved on with that. Maybe somewhere down the line they go back to being the bar.
The bar.
But yeah. So who won that match? Can we remember? Shinsuke and Cesaro.
Shinsuke, right? Yeah, they're not going to give the SmackDown tag team titles to bloody the Lucha House Party, are they?
See, I thought they may have to kind of fix the whole deception within the team, but
still trying to figure out who the boss is.
Been done by. You guys should start reviewing AEW. It's way better. I would, but Alex doesn't watch the show live, so we kind of can't.
You don't even watch Raw and SmackDown live.
No, I don't. I only watch the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I don't even watch Raw or SmackDown live, to be honest.
I watch the highlights, but that's about it.
Some of us have jobs.
Yeah, I cannot be bothered sitting down for 3 hours for Raw and 2 hours for SmackDown when there might be 1 or 2 good matches on the entire card. So, yeah.
We could review AEW. I don't have an issue with that. I just have to... actually,
there we go.
You watch it on that app, don't you?
Yeah, I do. We could actually... You know what? We could kind of turn that into what watch-along's meant to be on a Thursday, and we could just watch it on Twitch together. I done that on the first watch-along. We just had it up on the screen. Myself and Scott jumped on and watched it. Had a few drinks, something to eat. Just chatted shit, watched the wrestling. Yeah, it was quite a fun way to do it, actually. And over on Twitch, they really don't seem to give a shit about what you're doing as long as you're not showing anything any nudity, anything sexual, or drugs, or killing someone. So, yeah, it could be a way to go.
Could be. What if Thursday. Just got to see how the week goes, to be honest. Jesus. This morning,
exactly.
6 a.m. start, so I am struggling, but we'll get there.
Yeah, And I mean,
Right.
last Thursday, I think you were sweet because you were gonna jump on, and then the last second you were like, "Oh, baby."
Pretty much. My life is dictated by work and a baby.
Hey,
now.
Rob. Yeah, for
Anyhow.
sure.
Right. For the second match, but it was the first match. So first match of the pay-per-view was your beloved Sami Zayn versus Jeff Hardy versus AJ Styles.
My beloved Sami Zayn. Yeah,
You love
okay. No, you love Sami Zayn. You love him so much that you got blocked from him. That's how much you love him.
It's like shit. You take a 6-month hiatus, you know.
For anyone that doesn't know, Alex is blocked from Sami Zayn on Twitter.
Yeah.
and he kind of doesn't know why. He thinks he may have an idea why, but he's not really saying why. So
Probably just for abusing him.
Yeah. It
Anyway.
tends to do it.
Yes. Anyway, I only caught the last half of this match, to be perfectly fair.
Wait,
So
you have not seen the whole match?
no.
Mate, go back and watch that. We'll pause the show. Go and watch it.
I did. I saw the part where he like handcuffed through Jeff Hardy's ear into that ladder, and then he handcuffed AJ Styles to the ladder as well. So
I was cringing so much when I see in the handcuffs, and then they started pointing to his ear, like with the camera, because I mean I don't know if you can tell, but I stretched this ear. You won't be able to tell right now with the headphones on, but this ear here used to be 20 millimeters wide or diameter. So that's 2 centimeters, which is, from what I've been told, that's only 8 millimeters less than what Jeff Hardy's is. And I know how weak my ear was at that point, let alone his being nearly 3 centimeters wide.
yuck. That is nasty.
Yeah. Young and dumb. Definitely don't do it now. Can't play basketball and have a 2 centimeter hole in your ear.
Why not? They're gonna hook you as you run past.
It actually happened. I had a metal one in my ear, and I because obviously I didn't know I was blind when I was at high school, so I didn't have glasses, and I went to catch the ball and it went straight through my hands, smacked my metal tunnel, and ripped the back of my ear open, and blood everywhere.
That's nasty. But yes, I did see the second half.
Don't stretch your ear.
I did see the second half of this match, but yeah, I don't know why they made Sami Zayn champion again. Fuck, he's annoying.
I can see why they done it. Like, he never really got to do anything with his title when he had it.
That's because he packed his toys up and went home for 6 months.
Wasn't that because of COVID?
Yeah, but that's because he's a pussy, really.
Hey, if Roman Reigns can come back and straight away win the Universal title for doing the same thing, why can't Sami?
Because Roman Reigns is 10 times better than Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn looks like he hasn't had a haircut or a beard for 5 years.
That would be me if we were still in lockdown.
And it looks like he's come back in worse shape than when he went on his hiatus.
I think he's more toned, if that's what we're talking about.
Looks like he's been eating cheeseburgers for 6 months.
From here down, I think he's done work. From here up, I think he's yeah. But yeah, that was an insane match, and especially for it being the opener to the show, I was not expecting that. I was kind of like, this is going to be like a 10-15 minute ladder spot fest, and then someone's going to just randomly win it at the end. But yeah, it was surprisingly really good. I'm happy with it.
I suppose we should first say that there were 2 matches so there's 1 match cancelled. So they had to obviously drag other matches out. So Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax match with Liv Morgan and what's her face? Ruby
Come
Riott
on, you can get it. There we go.
Was cancelled because Nia and Shayna Baszler were medically not cleared to compete, aka sounds like they got COVID. And then the Nikki Cross and Bayley match, Nikki Cross wasn't medically cleared for. I didn't say Roman was a pussy.
Yeah, no, neither of us said Roman was a pussy. I actually respect him for taking a stance at the position he was, to
His
saying,
was
well,
very.
actually, no, my
His
health
wife
is
had.
more important.
Yeah, he's just had cancer. He's recovering, and his wife had twins. Didn't say that Roman was. I said Sami Zayn was. Sami Zayn just packed his shit and went home. So anyway, so yes, Nikki Cross and Bailey was cancelled because Nikki Cross was medically not cleared to compete as well.
Yeah.
So they had
So
to
yeah,
find.
by the sounds of it, we've got 3 women out of a very small roster of women anyway, with COVID. Not confirmed, but if you read in between the lines.
So you go from having 8 women on the pay-per-view to then having possibly 4 because they have to make up 2 championship matches.
Yeah.
So, but yes, Sami Zayn, Jeff Hardy, AJ Styles was a good match from what I saw and what I've read. It would be up there with one of the top 3 of the night. So
yeah, well, even one of the things Michael Cole said, which I laughed at first, but then as the match went, as I thought about it throughout the night, I kind of agree with it. He goes, that'll be one of those ladder matches that you end up seeing in the highlight reels for the next 10, 15 years.
It will be.
Because, I mean, it was actually really good. And the finish, I don't think anyone could have called that. I don't think anybody could have called how it went down at the end.
Nah. Sorry, my wife texts me and asks me what time I want
dinner. He wants it now, but he can't do it because he committed to doing a show.
So, I said 8 o'clock. West Side starts.
You're good, Leighton. You're good. Yeah, sometimes we just got to clarify things so that we don't look like complete dickheads. I mean, I know we are dickheads, but we can't be complete dickheads. So yeah, there was 2 matches, one completely cancelled, one altered. The altered match ended up having, we'll talk about it now. It ended up having Oscar do double duty again. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
So you're saying there was only 3 women at the pay-per-view? You know what I mean? Like, you could have had Lacey, Alexa, Peyton Royce, Billie Kay, any of them versus Bailey for the hell of it. But obviously they decided so Oscar won by disqualification because Bailey hit her with a chair.
Yeah. So like one thing I brought up to you and Ruben, I think it was, that they should have had Lacey versus Bailey and had Lacey lose because of the Fiend's music or even Alexa coming out. Because then that kind of pushes their storyline through on pay-per-view. They still could have finished it with the whole Sasha Banks Bailey thing like they did, but just at least, build something else up at the same time. I mean, obviously, unless it was Nikki Cross planned to take the title off of her tonight, I don't think any replacement was going to win the title tonight. So why not try and progress the story further?
I don't think Nikki Cross would have taken it, to be fair.
No. I mean, let's all. Sasha Banks is the next SmackDown Women's Champion.
Yeah. Well, they're heading for that, aren't they? So they're heading for Bailey Sasha, because obviously when that match was over, Sasha comes out and smacks her with a chair a few times and a kendo stick. So that made that match a lot better at the end of it.
Yeah. You could definitely tell it was the last second match because it kind of just felt off between Bailey and Oscar.
Yeah.
But yeah, that finish definitely helped. In case we actually forgot to say it, Sami Zayn won the double Intercontinental titles. Just in case we forgot to say that.
What will be interesting with it is if he's going to carry around 2 Intercontinental titles,
Nah, he'll do an Alondra Blaze and chuck the other one in the trash can tomorrow or Friday, Saturday, whenever the hell it is.
Because then they interviewed him on the ramp and he couldn't even tell which title was his before he went into the match.
Yeah, he was like that, and then he's like talking about this one and he looks at it. Oh wait, no, this one. And you can see it has the Sami Zayn nameplate on it still. Or side plates, should I say. So yeah, interesting situation. I think it worked in a storyline sense, but I kind of hope Jeff gets the title back.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because he re-signed, didn't he? Not long ago. So
no, he hasn't re-signed. From what I understand, no. The reason he's still here, obviously, is because of his injury. They added time on.
They take that on. Yeah.
I think because at one point he wasn't interested in negotiations, but I think he's now moved to being open to negotiations.
How old is Jeff Hardy?
Old. He'd be at least like 45.
He's 43.
Nah. Yeah.
So after Semi and the Intercontinental match, there was Oscar versus Zelina Vega, which she was never going to beat Oscar, let's be perfectly honest.
No. But I'm glad they let her do a few things.
No, they gave her 7 minutes. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah. So, but I mean, compared to some of the matches Oscar's had against wrestlers, 7 minutes is a lot better than most.
This is true. Like we always say, though, they've gone from having the women's division extremely high to just being shite.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't help that kind of Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair, and Becky Lynch all left within 6 months of each other.
This is true.
And that was your WrestleMania main event.
Ronda leaves to get pregnant. Ronda leaves to start a family. Still hasn't started a family, and we're at a year and a half after Mania. Becky obviously left because she got pregnant, which is fine. Charlotte Flair leaves. I think she was
Just
getting the old.
Basically, I think.
I think she was getting the jugs redone. To be honest, with what I've read.
Yeah, that's probably more just a personal timeout. To be fair, as well. But I think that
she had a few issues with them, so they had to get redone. She's come out and said that on the old gram. So, but yes, your top three.
Strange thing to talk about.
Hence the reason I'm moving on very quickly. But top three out. Then they're teasing Carmella for SmackDown. Like you've got I would have rather watched Naomi versus Bailey today than watch Oscar versus Bailey because like the Oscar Bailey match lasted 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Like what was the point of turning up to the pay-per-view if you're Bailey?
Yeah, but I guess she was already there, right? So might as well do something.
It was probably a late.
She had brand new gear made for it, so yeah, might as well.
So after Oscar Zelina, what have we got? Bobby Lashley defeated Apollo Crews. I personally didn't even watch this. I went outside and cut firewood because I was so bored of this match after like a minute. So you can talk about this one. Like I got no interest in this Bobby Lashley storyline. I'd rather see Lesnar come back and Bobby Lashley and him have like a good 3-month beat off of it.
So you know what's funny? I actually think at around this time the dog went through the back bush again, so I had to go get her. So I don't actually have much memory of this match either. But I know that there was obviously MVP talking shit to Apollo, Ricochet trying to help him. And then Bobby Lashley just won. I don't think there's anything really special.
No, he came out with MVP and Shelton. But where's what's his face that's now joined the Hurt Business? I can't even remember.
Yeah, Cedric.
Yeah, he didn't even come out, so.
No, you're right, actually.
Yeah, I found that a bit strange. But yes, Bobby Lashley wins another boring US title match. And that's all that needs to be said about
that. I guess the thing is that at least it's being featured. There was so many pay-per-views where it would either just be on the pre-show or be forgotten about completely. So I guess it's a step in the right direction of kind of bringing that belt back.
I would rather have seen AJ Styles win that belt, someone that actually brings it up. You remember how John Cena used to have the open challenge?
Yeah.
At least they had people build it. Bobby Lashley's just doing sweet FA with it. To be perfectly honest, no one cares if Apollo. No one cares if Apollo's champion. So,
could you imagine if what's our next major pay-per-view? Survivor Series?
Hell in a Cell.
Nah, major. Next major.
Yeah, we're Survivor Series.
Survivor Series, right? And so, how long would that be? 2 months, 3 months, something like that.
Do you not deem Hell in a Cell to be a major pay-per-view?
No, that's a minor pay-per-view.
I would have seen champion as a minor.
Oh, definitely.
I
Definitely.
don't know if I would have called Hell in a Cell. Hell in a Cell used to be mean when they
Nah,
used to have
the
like,
matches aren't minor. The matches. Hell in a Cell used to be mean when it was on a random pay-per-view, not a bloody pay-per-view called Hell in a Cell.
pay-per-view called Hell in a Cell. We'll have 8 matches, but only have 2 in a cell.
Yeah, like Hell in a Cell was awesome when it was like, for example, Armageddon, or at the end of a pay-per-view, or the end of a rivalry, sorry, where literally the only way you could see this rivalry ending was Hell in a Cell. Which, moving on to our next match, I think on the card, which may have been the WWE Championship, I could have seen that one ending in Hell in a Cell before today.
Oh, Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre. That wasn't the next match, but we'll go back to the other match. It's okay.
Well, I knew it was getting closer.
Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton was I'm going to say the second best match of the night. I'm going to say. Yeah. No, I enjoyed this. They obviously brought back the legends. They brought back Christian, Big Show, Shawn Michaels, and Flair, and they all, well, not Flair. He drove the ambulance out, but the other 3.
His part was so funny.
The other 3 all interfered. Christian beat him up in the backstage and threw him over a table. Shawn Michaels super kicks him on top of an ambulance and throws him off. And Big Show puts Orton through a table. So Orton got absolutely fucking reamed in this match. Really.
Yeah, but yet Drew McIntyre looked worse off because he was bleeding. His back was bloody and everything.
Orton was bleeding from his arm when Christian threw him across the table.
Yeah, but that didn't look that bad. It looked like a little graze on his arm. Drew McIntyre, like where his cuts were on his back, was actually bleeding down his back.
That was when Orton put him through the ambulance windshield.
Put him on the slambulance,
The slambulance, yeah. Logan, if you're watching this, we're still waiting for the slambulance to come through Pop Guardian. But
yeah,
anyway,
Alex will be buying 10.
I don't need 10. I just need 1.
You don't need most of what you buy. You still buy it.
Oh, I don't know.
Looks up.
I only have 2 shelves. What are you talking about? I don't have that much.
Yeah, no, nothing at all. Same.
Nah. So to go back, anyway, Drew McIntyre wins that. Yeah, that was quite a good match, to be fair. If there's how many matches we got? We got 8 on the card, and I reckon there was 3 that were worth watching, and the rest aren't.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
So,
I think that's fair. The what have we missed out on? Oh, we missed the tag match, didn't we? That's what was before the WWE title match.
Yeah. We missed the Raw tag match between the Street Profits and Andrade and Angel Garza. So,
but yeah, to be fair, I don't think there's really much to talk about there. The champs retained, and yeah,
it was pretty boring, to be honest. So,
yeah.
8 minutes and 15 seconds of my life that I won't get back.
It is what it is.
Yes. So
yeah. Yeah, we got.
We're now getting into that match now, Dan. So
yes.
Didn't watch the whole pay-per-view, but finishing the Roman. Yes, it was interesting. So Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso. I actually thought that this probably in the last, I don't know how long, this match probably had the most interesting build over the last, say, month of the family dynamic.
Felt like a proper rivalry.
Yeah. So, and the match.
What did we watch the other day? On our watch along, we watched SummerSlam, Hulk Hogan versus Shawn Michaels. And I mean, while the match wasn't the greatest in people's standards, but I was more interested in that promo beforehand. I was watching that package and I was like, man, they need to get back to these styles of promos where it actually brings you in as the viewer and you look at it like, holy shit, these two actually want to kill each other. Or they kind of like just emphasize whatever the main point of that story is a lot more than what they do. Because right now, those promo packages are weak.
Did you watch? They released the night before, so maybe last night or maybe lunchtime yesterday. Yeah, the Chronicles with Jey Uso to build
I
to
didn't
kind of
watch
like.
it.
I watched it. It was all right, and then obviously Roman watched it, and he puts out this little video being like, I don't. You may have taught me how to wrestle on the porch, but I'm going to teach you how to wrestle tomorrow or something. So it was good. Like they take it off TV and into social media and build it there as well.
Yeah, I think that the real aspect of it, like they're real cousins, and their family's been in the wrestling industry for how many years, how many generations, should I say? So I mean, that whole aspect of it, and then today they were kind of pushing the whole "this is my island, I'm the chief," all that stuff. It kind of added in that realism, like, holy shit, is this actually going to have real life implications here? We all know it's not, but it made you think for a second.
It was a good match. Jay had his 2 or 3.
I said to you before that match even started that this could actually be match of the night,
and it was. The end dragged on a bit. With Roman.
I liked it though. I liked that it dragged on like that because it had you actually thinking like, is he going to? Nah, he's telling him not to. He's definitely not going to. Wait, he is? Nah.
Yeah, then
like it had that whole draw you in, take you out moment for like a good 5 minutes.
Jimmy runs down and throws in the towel eventually for him, and he's been away. He did his ACL at WrestleMania, so he'll be pretty close to a return. WrestleMania April, so we both think what's it 2v1 at Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, and that could even be in the cell. Shit, make it a 2v2, put Heyman in the match.
Well, have you seen the teasers with obviously the Rock and Roman Reigns have started talking about Mania and how they want to verse each other?
Yeah, I seen that. See, that could be a really cool slow burn, like having even Roman Reigns injure them for like a month or two.
The only way that Rock match pays off is if they're back in a stadium with fans.
Yeah, definitely.
There's no point bringing the Rock in for like a WrestleMania at the Thunderdome. But then again, they're probably not even going to be at the Thunderdome because their lease runs out in like 6 weeks.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if like Vince McMahon or whoever kind of brings the decision up to Vince McMahon thinks that the Thunderdome was worthwhile. I definitely think it was. It's made it a lot more interesting to watch. Dan, I like this heel. I like this heel Roman. The storyline being thrown around, leading to Mania. Rock says, "Bitch, I'm the chief. I'll see you at Mania." Believe that.
Pretty much. The Rock is still. I think even if they went to Mania, people would not believe that the Rock would go over. So.
No. Well, it doesn't help that in an interview he done the other day, he goes, as much as I probably should go over with my notoriety, I wouldn't let myself go over.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that doesn't help. You're meant to be sitting there, even if you're not sure if it's going to happen. Yeah, man, I'm going over. I'm going to kick his ass, blah, blah, blah. Do you reckon that, say the 2v1 handicap match thing does happen inside or at Hell in a Cell, and then those two get injured or hurt or, whatever, do you reckon Rikishi comes back for a match?
No, it's too old.
Yeah. Could you imagine that, though? Like, kind of going through, like, the different generations. I mean, obviously, correct me if I'm wrong, Rikishi's kind of the oldest one that's still alive. So it would kind of end there, but you know what I mean? Like, kind of just go through the different generations of his family bloodline and being like, beating them all and being like, see, I am the chief. I've just beat every single one of you, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, Rock.
I could see they go to Hell in a Cell. It's 2v1. Roman is annihilating both of them, and Rikishi comes out for the save. Yeah. In the sense of like, comes down to the Hell Cell, breaks in, and what are you doing, Roman? And then that ends. They go to like SmackDown over a couple of weeks, and Rikishi comes back out to like talk to Roman, and then but then again, we're still too far out from Mania because I'd love to see you'd have Roman who's about to beat down on Rikishi, And then obviously The Rock comes out for the save, and that what leads to Mania. But we're still too far out from Mania because you've still got
because we're still another 7 months or so, aren't we?
Yeah, so you've still got
pretty much, yeah.
You got like Survivor Series, you've got the Royal Rumble, you know.
Yeah, unless they just want to keep bringing in like legends and stuff that were close to the family to slow burn it that way. But it kind of seems like a bit of a waste of time if you're going to keep the title on them and then just have it continuously in this family feud type thing. When there's guys like Braun Strowman and The Fiend, even shit King Corbin, you know, guys that should be fighting for the title, not necessarily winning it, but fighting for the title.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do because they still reckon that they want Roman to feud with the Fiend. Because I read an article that they actually don't need the Fiend on TV with what Alexa Bliss is doing.
Yeah,
because Alexa Bliss is portraying that she's under this spell of the Fiend. The Fiend actually doesn't need to be on TV.
So, yeah, well, realistically, he doesn't, right? He can just send in the odd vignette from time to time with the new Vince McMahon. Not Vince McMahon, the new, what is he? The Walrus?
It's Paul Heyman.
Yeah. So yeah, he could literally just do the Funhouse stuff and let Alexa Bliss do all the physical stuff for a while.
Pretty much, but
yeah, so that's the card, right? We've talked about the card now, yeah.
That's it. It wasn't anything other than those. It was like those 3 matches hadn't been on there. It was pretty poor.
Yeah. So Hell in a Cell, what do you reckon is the kind of main storyline besides this family feud going into it?
I don't know who Drew's gonna feud with next, unless they're gonna do another Orton, but I just don't know.
They should finish it there. I feel like that was the perfect finish if the end result was for Drew to go over. If the end result was Randy to win the title, then shit, yeah, do it at Hell in a Cell.
Because who do you have Drew?
But if the result is Drew going over, then yeah. Keith Lee?
I could see a good feud between Keith Lee and Orton, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah. But then, yeah, like you said, who else? Well, who's he going to feud with? Dominic?
No. You got Braun, maybe, but
is he on Raw now? He's just doing Underground, wasn't he?
It's the same show, isn't it?
Nah, it's the Underground.
No, it's the same show. What else? Oscar Bailey. Surely they're going to have Bailey versus Nikki Cross at Hell in a Cell because that wasn't on now. And if she's cleared of obviously COVID in a month, if it's COVID, that is.
Unless they put AJ back on Raw. I mean, there was a whole thing where he doesn't want to be on SmackDown because Paul Heyman's there, blah, blah, blah. Put him on Raw, put him in the title picture.
It seems like there's a lot of people missing at the moment. Or is it just me that the roster's like real small and they just can't like actually get any good feuds or storylines going?
Yeah, I don't know.
So,
I mean, the obvious answer when anything kind of struggles to be put together is Seth Rollins for Raw. But then also you don't want to put him in another storyline because he's going to be going soon. He's got to go soon.
So the problem you have, right, you've got Sami Zayn, Hardy, Styles, 3 of like your top wrestlers in one feud. You've got Bobby Lashley, MVP, Shelton, and Cedric, 4 in another. You
got it.
Story. Then you've got Apollo, Ricochet. Who else was with? There's 2. The Street Profits have always been there. Andrade,
just those 2 now.
Andrade was a big singles competitor as well. He's now been put in a tag team with Angel Garza. So you've got so many superstars in because you've obviously got Sheamus has come back.
Well, Survivor, like after Hell in a Cell, after Hell in a Cell, it becomes a little easier because you're just literally building to Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT. So that's a lot easier to build towards. It's just what do you do building up to Hell in a Cell?
pretty much. So Bailey's surely going to verse Nikki Cross if she's the Street Profits, Andrade and Angel Garza. I don't know who challenges for the Raw Tag Team titles next. You know what I mean? Like, and how many times can you do Bobby Lashley versus Apollo? Fuck is my dog doing?
Yeah.
And then, dog. Yeah, been a twit. Then you've got Oscar versus Zelina Vega. Surely they're not going to do that again. You know what I mean? Like,
they got one more. They got one more pay-per-view, I think. Or they'll do one Raw match.
The problem is, like, winners, like not Survivor Series. Hell in a Cell is not till the 25th of October, so you're almost a month away. Yeah, I don't reckon you can have an Oscar versus Zelina Vega storyline for 4 weeks of Raw TV.
Although I'm saying that it's a good way to build her up, or prove that she can't be a character. One of the two.
If she doesn't get off the ground wrestling, then she's just a manager, isn't she? So
yeah. So I mean, I could see them still going with the whole Zelina versus Oscar thing at Hell in a Cell and slow build it. Because the thing is, they'll just put them in like they'll go like Oscar and Zelina versus Natalia and Lana a few times. Then they'll add Mickie James into the mix and.
See, you've got so many female wrestlers that went on the card. Like, they were teasing a feud with Oscar and Peyton Royce. Aren't the Iconics technically broken up now?
Yeah, they're not allowed to be a tag team, but they're allowed to manage each other still, apparently.
Yeah, how does that work? So
I don't know, because now it's like. Especially with this whole situation with Nia and Shayna, if they do have COVID, realistically, you're going to have to relinquish those titles. Unless WWE just really doesn't give a shit about those titles anymore and they're happy for them to be off TV for maybe 6 to 8 weeks. Then cool, whatever. But if they're going to relinquish the titles, there's only 2 teams. There's only 2 teams now.
Yeah. You'd have
Natalia and Lana, and then Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan.
Pretty much.
No. So then it's like, what? You're going to bring up people from NXT to be a tag team, and people don't even know who they are. I mean, sure, you could do the 2 female from Retribution. That might be a good way to give them a boost. Otherwise, you could do Katie Catanzaro, and I think it's Kaden Carter. They are in NXT. You could do Tegan Nox and Shotzi Blackheart.
Yeah.
Sorry.
There's a lot down there. You could even bring Rhea Ripley. You could just make Rhea Ripley come up for like a women's championship match. I'd rather see like Rhea Ripley versus Oscar, like a decent. Like they had all that build into Mania, and then she loses Mania, and then nothing. And they do nothing with it. Like she should not have lost to Charlotte Flair at Mania. Charlotte should have lost, and Rhea would have been so over. It would have not even been funny.
Yeah. But like thinking back to that time from memory, they only done that because of the whole visa issues that she may have had to have gone home.
Yeah.
So
but even if she'd won, and it wouldn't have.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Still could have gone over, faked an injury. You know what I mean? Injured, visa, whatever you want to do. So
yeah. I don't know, but guys, we're nearing the end of our chat now. If you're wanting to jump on screen with us, I've just put the link in the chat. We have someone lined up already. Anything else we wanted to talk about before we start getting people in?
Not really. I'm kind of surprised we managed to talk 42 minutes about a terrible pay-per-view, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, considering before the show even started here, we were like, yeah, we'll be done in 20, 30 minutes.
Pretty much. But we have 17. My dinner's at 8, so I'm out.
He's like, if we're still going, I'm not here.
Nope.
All right, well, let's get rid of the Wrestling Collectibles logo at the bottom there. and bring on Mitch.
Hey guys.
How's it? Oh, you're
Yeah,
loud.
Not too bad. How you guys doing?
We are
Yeah,
struggling
doing good.
to get through this one.
I'm doing good. Alex seems like he's struggling, but
Yeah.
There's nothing new of Alex, though. I mean, that's why we work.
Yeah.
What do you think of the show?
Yeah, like you guys said, it was a bit meh, but there were some good bits. I really enjoyed that Atlanta match. It was really good.
Yeah,
And,
Did you count how many times Jeff Hardy nearly died?
yes, I did. Jesus, he's a freaking
you actually?
lunatic. Yeah, no.
I was gonna say, because can you please tell me? Because I lost count.
Must have been like 5 or 6 times, maybe more.
Yeah. See, even just talking about Jeff Hardy and the ladders after watching that, my ear hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Geez, that was a bit crazy.
I mean,
That
you've seen the hole in my ear. I've told you how big that thing was. So
yeah.
I was feeling it. What was your favorite match?
Well, the ladder match. I
The ladder?
enjoyed that the most. Yeah. The ambulance match was pretty cool with all the people that Randy Orton's taken out, which was cool.
Definitely. Alex and I were having a chat about kind of things as they happened on Messenger, as you do.
Yeah.
And we both kind of were like, it's a bit sad that Edge wasn't there to kind of finish it all off.
Yeah. But I suppose with him being injured, maybe they just didn't want to risk anything.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you can understand it, but it would have been the icing on the cake, I think, to kind of even have Edge win Drew McIntyre the match or something, you know?
Yeah, actually, that would have been good too. Yeah.
What do you think about the current situation of the woman? I mean, we've kind of talked about this every single show, but it's got worse now. Now that potentially 3 are out because of COVID.
Yeah,
Potentially.
exactly.
It's not confirmed, but
Yeah.
potentially.
Yeah, it's a bit of a confusing situation, especially with like Karen.
If you were the booker and you've been told, you know, tag title's got to be relinquished, they're going to be gone for a while because they got to get themselves back into physical shape once they kind of get over COVID. If they do,
Yeah.
There's always that if.
No, Jack's never been in physical shape, let's be perfectly honest.
No, not at all.
Okay, physical fitness better. Who would you be putting in the kind of tag team tournament? I guess you've really only got 4 matches.
Yeah,
Or 4 teams, 4 to 6 teams.
Yeah, well, they'd be the right squad because they're like a formidable, an actual team, unlike Naira and Shayna. So I'd probably bring up Shotzi and Tegan Knox, maybe, to be in there.
Yep.
Who else would I pick?
I could see that happening too because they have been teaming quite a bit on NXT.
Yeah. And then there'd probably be Natalia and Lana just because they're a team. And I don't know, the fourth people would be, I don't know.
They'll probably do something stupid, throw Mickey James and Naomi together.
Yeah.
Now here's a wild card. Why don't we bring up Dakota and Raquel?
Oh yeah, actually, that'd be a good team too.
I can't see them bringing 4 NXT stars up because you'd go from.
They have no choice.
you'd almost flood it though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, at some point, everyone.
You don't have to bring them up. They can take the titles to NXT and do the titles down there.
Yeah,
this is true.
They could literally do that, and then they could even lead it up to Survivor Series, where an NXT team takes the titles, and then it's kind of like a number 1 contendership amongst the 3 shows to see who will be in like a fatal 4-way type scenario or something. I don't know, or even a triple threat type scenario for the titles.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
I don't really think Vince cares about the tag team titles anymore.
Correct me if I'm wrong, though. Doesn't Stephanie McMahon take care of the women's division?
No, it's Dana Warrior, as far as I'm aware.
Has it changed? Because I know when the whole women's evolution thing started, it was Stephanie McMahon.
It was, and then they brought Dana Warrior in to lead the women's division. as far as I
Right.
was aware, as last time I saw it.
Yeah.
And it would make sense, no disrespect to anybody involved in the organization, but there's no point having her there just for the Dana Warrior Award and the organization behind it.
Yeah.
They just keep her happy so they can keep selling bloody Ultimate Warrior merch.
Yeah, well, there's that too about it, I guess. Did you watch the pre-show, Mitch?
I caught the end of the match, so
Nobody watched their match.
No.
I was hoping someone could actually kind of tell us how the match went because we both only saw the ending.
yeah, no, I was the same. I only caught the end too.
I literally saw the part with R-Truth, and then I saw a part with Sami Zayn, and then then the show started. I didn't see anything else.
Yeah. So yeah, I literally jumped in as Kalisto got kind of back suplex thinged over the barrier. That's when I jumped in. So
Yeah,
literally just before the finish.
Yeah, that was the same as me.
Yeah. We must have
Wait,
both woke up late, Mitch.
I woke up at 10:30, so I was
Yeah.
please
I
may-
woke up at the
please may
same
want
time
to
as
get out of
Alex,
bed.
4:30.
10:30. That is a hella sleeping. I would love to wake up at 10:30.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what. That's
What
I
time
do
are you
every
getting
morning.
up tomorrow, Alex? I'll send you a good morning message.
I am getting up at about 4:45.
Jeez.
Okay, I'll wake up at 4:30, send you the text, and go back to sleep.
I'll hold you. I will hold you for that.
I will. I'll do it just so I can prove to the world that I can get up that early. And my dad will get so mad because now that he's moved across the room from me, he'll hear the alarm go off and he'll probably wake up.
Yeah.
What do we reckon's happening leading into Hell in a Cell, Mitch? Pick any title or thing that you want to talk about for this part, and let us know kind of what you think is going to happen towards it.
I'm just more interested to see who Roman's got next. That's
Yeah.
what I'm interested in. What are they going to do with him? Really?
Yeah. So, what did you think about our idea with the whole 2-on-1 Usos versus Roman?
Yeah, that would be good. But I've heard that what's his name? Jimmy Uso's not back till January, February.
Yeah.
Is what I read.
Oh, is it that long?
Yeah,
Is that how bad his timeline is? Okay.
yeah,
Well,
ACL is good 7 to 9 months. So
yeah, exactly. Hey, maybe they have. I never know who's who. The one that's not injured, the one that wrestled tonight. Maybe they have him get injured at the next show or on the way to the next show, and they can both come back at the same time to get retribution on him that way. No pun intended. They're not joining retribution.
when when they building Big E for a championship run?
I think so.
What show is he even on? I don't even know.
He's on SmackDown.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
on
The last thing he done was Sheamus, right? That's the last match he done. The
Yeah.
last rivalry. And
Still
he kinda
going.
went quiet.
Yeah.
Maybe they lost interest on him again, like they do with everybody. Who knows?
Sorry.
Get out of my shop, Mum.
Sorry.
Jeez.
Hi there.
Hello.
Matt says hello. Well, come and wave. Why don't you just come wave? Can I come wave? There she is.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, now get back in the kitchen.
I'm just waiting for a hand to come swiftly across the screen.
Yeah, she probably would too.
What would he do?
Nothing.
What would he do?
Nothing.
If WWE doesn't do the Hall of Fame this year, do this year's members become inducted next year, or are they additional to the members WWE have in store for next year, becoming the biggest Hall of Fame the biggest Hall of Fame ever? What do you reckon? What do you reckon they do with that, Mitch?
I don't know. I really don't know.
I personally think they just say, "Sorry, Nikki Bella and Brie Bella, your Hall of Fame class has been cancelled."
Deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
Could you imagine if they actually went down that route though? Oh yeah, so no, we couldn't induct you that year, so we've actually changed our mind, and we're going to induct someone else instead.
I think they'll still go ahead with the Hall of Fame. They just won't do it with the crowd. But they can still have all the superstars in there. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting one. Because again, it's one of those things that you can't really do without the crowd or the live reaction, because it's a culmination of that person's career.
Yeah.
So you can't just. Even if they done like a Zoom call type thing, it would look stupid. Like if they done something like this and was like, "Congratulations, here's the ring," pass it across the screen, and then you just magically pick it up.
They'll just do it at the Thunderdome, and you'll just have to be able to phone in the background.
Yeah. One way they could do it, which would be kind of hilarious, is they do it like where they have their speeches and stuff, and at the end of their speech, they like bring 3 people up on the screen to ask a question that's already been vetted beforehand. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, Mitch, we're gonna chuck you off the screen now because I just looked at the time and Alex is nearly getting ready for dinner here.
Yeah.
So we better start closing out the show.
Yeah. Good to talk to you guys.
We will
Likewise,
see you later.
Mitch. Catch you later.
Who's next week's guest? Oh, you got rid of him already.
Oh, we can bring him back. Hang on. There you go. He's got a question for you.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Who's next week's guest?
I got Jukebox Hero and James Shaw.
Oh,
Both of them. Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
double.
That's going to be
double whammy.
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
getting any words in on that one, Mitch. I hope,
No,
hope you realize that.
That's right. They can do all the talking.
Just make sure your mum or dad does your hair and makeup, because that's all you need to do. You just need to look pretty.
Yeah. No, I don't need makeup, mate. I don't need makeup.
Catch you later, Mitch.
All right, see you guys.
So,
So just quickly answering Waihiki's thing that he's put in. Maybe the non-injured Uso makes a storyline phone call to The Rock, since there is the possibility of Rock versus Reigns at Mania, and because the injured Uso keeps on going on about being family. Yeah, so we kind of touched about that a bit earlier.
yes.
But yeah,
We talked about that. It was just too far out from Mania to try and bring The Rock in yet.
But yeah, The Rock definitely has to be the payoff, I think.
If they're going to do this family
Rock versus
storyline
Roman.
next, when's Mania? April. So you've still got
So like they
7
could literally go and do 2 to 3 months of maybe just versing random people, not so much family, and then reignite it from there. Because then it would be January basically by then, and then the other Usos back. They can do their thing, get injured.
just have
do
the
the
Rock.
phone call.
Just have the Rock special appearance in the Rumble, and he wins it.
Yeah. So Waiheki goes, Rock vs. Cena was a 1 year long storyline. The only difference there is that the crowd was there to keep the storyline interesting.
It was.
I think it would be very hard and pretty much impossible to keep a 1 year long storyline in the current climate.
The difference with Rock and the Cena storyline is they legitimately didn't like each other at that point in time. So, like,
Yeah.
the banter that went on, like Twitter, Instagram, and all that, like, was legit. Like, we don't like each other and kind of dig each other. Where the Rock and Roman, you know, their family, you know, they like each other because they've been in like Fast and Furious movie together. So that'll be real hard to do.
Hey, if they've really committed to it, I'm sure that between the two of them, they could do a 1 year long storyline. But I just think that in the current climate, you might as well not bother.
The difference with the Rock and Cena as well is Cena's like very good on the mic, like we're taking the piss and all the rest of it. Where Roman isn't, if that makes sense. Like Roman's a very
is he not? I mean, we've only ever had writers write stuff for him and give him the sucketeer thing and all that crap. With Paul Heyman being an influence in his ear and doing a lot of talking for him, it could work.
Yeah,
but yeah, who knows? It's gonna be interesting to see where. I was just about to put that up on screen. Maybe we just end up with that as the main event of WrestleMania. If Paul Heyman wins, then he keeps the title for Roman Reigns, and then if The Rock wins, He's the title holder, Universal Champion. But how about we wrap this up, Alex?
Sweet as. I've just been told that my baby's not sleeping, so I need to wrap it up anyway.
Well, since you got to run, you do the intro for us. The outro, not Jesus.
The outro. Okay, what do we do for an outro? For this anyway.
Bye.
Bye. Moral of the story: it was an all right pay-per-view. If those 3 matches hadn't been on it, it would have been shit. Heading to Hell in a Cell. Let's be honest. Who fucking knows what's going to be on the card with COVID, and if the women are actually going to be wrestling? All I know
and
is
if it's gonna be an actual proper Hell in a Cell.
Yeah. All I know is in 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, we're doing Figure Frenzy again. And that's going to be so much easier to talk about than this shitty show. So hopefully
Figure Frenzy, if you couldn't tell, is the thing that we look forward to the most. This is just to keep us going in between and get our charisma up, hopefully. It's never going to go up. We're not very interesting.
Nah. Work, baby, buy figures. That's my life. So, such as
same minus the baby and the work. But anyway, guys, we're gonna end it there. Thanks for tuning into the Afterburner for what is this, Clash of Champions? That bad that I don't even remember the name. Clash of Champions Gold Rush. See you guys next time. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow whatever you're watching us on, and we'll see you guys in between with some member interviews. Hopefully, Alex and with Figure Frenzy in 2 to 3 weeks. We'll confirm the date on Facebook. Catch you guys later.
See you later.